Strangers Chapter 2 is an absolute chaotic mess that leads us in many different directions, does not have a solid ground to stand on. But the one plus is we get to find out a little bit about Tamara. Who is Tamara? Why do we care? But going into this movie, I already had my expectations low because Strangers Chapter 1 was one of the worst movies of 2024. It was built on this strange horror film where this couple was going to be haunted and hunted, but then it was a letdown. I will never forget leaving the theater and having a conversation with the only other person in there with me that said that was trash. It's now available for $5 on Fandango. But Strangers Chapter 2 looked like it was going to be off to a solid start. Maya is the only survivor of the attack, and you get her recovering from that gruesome attack at the beginning of the movie. Now, what you really saw was her then becoming the hunted again. The job was not done. And I think the hospital scene is one of the best scenes within this. I'm not going to go into full detail. The hospital scene is already in the trailer, so I'm not going to go further into that. But then after that specific scene, the movie just fell off, as did the first one. You're hoping that you're going to see these jump scare scenes and see these kill scenes that are going to make it entertaining, but it's not there. The kills were very limited. Most of them were off screen anyway, and you didn't even get a chance to see what was happening until after the fact. Now, Maya is playing this game of survival, and you really see that throughout the movie. And I think that is kind of where it goes. Now, obviously, there is another chapter that is coming out. And luckily, with having the unlimited pass, I'm not wasting money to go see it. And I will see it because I want to kind of see where the ending of this movie goes. Now, Tamara. Tamara is a name that you hear knocking on the door. Is Tamara here? And that is a story that even people within the town seem confused about or don't even want to talk about. And I think the one aspect of this movie that they do a good job of is ultimately the way that we get to learn about Tamara. Now, I don't like to give spoilers, so I am not going to spoil how that is the case. But I think that is the bright spot within this movie, because now we can actually put a name to what is actually going on. And so when you're looking throughout the film for something positive, that was it. But what I really do not like about the first two movies of Strangers is that it is built on being a horror movie that is going to keep you on edge, have you fearful, and provide you with so much suspense, but it is not there. It falls very flat. Now, in this movie, there were two scenes throughout the entire film where I kind of did give that little bit of a jump because you weren't expecting it, but everything else was just too predictable. The ratings on this movie already are atrocious. And seeing it tonight and seeing what was put on the screen, I fully understand why. This is a movie that I actually, with the first one, had very high hopes for and was hoping that it would be good, and it wasn't. Going into the second one, like I said, I did not have expectations high at all. And they really was just trying to, in a sense, exceed those expectations, and it didn't. Like I said, there is one plus side to this movie, and it is understanding more to the story in different little areas of the film. And ultimately, I think the ending sets up what could be the third chapter. And I think that could be the better of the three chapters. But I am not going to hold my breath on that. So, Strangers Chapter 2. It is out now. Overall rating for me is similar to what I gave Chapter 1, and it is a 1.5 out of 5. This is just a movie that it is built on keeping an audience engaged and keeping things fun and really fearful, but it's not. The acting in it was good, but it just falls very flat in a story that is going to keep you fearful during that time. So for me, Strangers Chapter 2 is a 1.5 out of 5. The ratings that are already out are very accurate, and I fully agree. So if you saw part 1, I hate to say this, but I will. I do recommend seeing part 2 because it does give you a different aspect than part 1, but you're still not necessarily going to get what you think you're going to get from this film. So it is out now. If you have a chance, like I said, if you've seen the first chapter, go see chapter 2. But thank you all for watching. Stay tuned for more reviews this weekend. Make sure to hit the subscribe button. We have officially hit 800 subscribers. Thank you all for that. Stay tuned for more, and I will talk to you all later.